Welcome back to my page, YouTube. I'm so glad you came back. Today, I'm going to be telling you about my Ancestry DNA experience. I ordered my test last year, and I received my results in June of 2016. I wanted to get my results because I always just was curious, My mom and dad, I kind of look like both of them. Same complexion. We're all dark brown skin, okay? And my father's side of the family is dark brown skin, mostly everybody. My grandmother, my father's mom was darker than I am and beautiful, but she was even more chocolate than I am. And my mom's mom was actually not biracial, but she definitely is lighter skinned, and her mom was biracial, so she looked like she could be biracial, but she was not. So I kind of know more on my mom's side as far as the history goes, and I know that my second great grandfather was a Caucasian man from England, so I do know that much, and so I figured I do have some European in me. So I got my results, and I was really surprised because, I just never thought about really until I started watching videos of what comes with your DNA and how you can be from all over and have all kinds of things in your DNA. So when I got my results, I was like, oh my God. So I'm going to share with you my results that I received, and they are here. So here you go. I'm going to leave it there just for a second. Okay, and then I'll read it to you. Okay, my results state that I am 72% African, and 27% of that is from Benin, Togo. 19% is from Cameroon, Congo. 14% is from Mali. Ivory Coast, Ghana is 7%. And I have some trace regions, which are small percentages, but they were traced. So in Senegal, I have 3%. Nigeria, less than 1%. African North, less than 1%. I also have Asian, just a little, but it's a region and it's on here, so I'm counting it. And my trace region in Asia is Asia Central, less than 1%. My European comes from, I'm 27% European. Here those results are. So yes, I'm 27% European. 13% of that is from Great Britain, and 5% is Europe West. Also, my trace regions are 5% of Ireland. So yes, I did celebrate St. Patty's Day. I've always loved St. Patty's Day. And actually, my maiden name is an Irish name. So I always wondered, where did that come from? But I do have a little Irish in me. So I have 5% Ireland. I have 3% of Finland, Northwest Russia. And I have less than 1% Scandinavian. So these are my results, and I will say I was, a little surprised by the 27%. I've watched a lot of videos, and usually people with my skin complexion, I haven't seen 27%. And I was like, did they make a mistake or something? But I guess, that just shows you cannot judge a person, or not even judge a person, but look at a person and say or assume what they are until you really don't know, until they know their DNA. So this is a prime example of that. I'm one of those rarities of only having 72% African when I look like I'm 100% African. But it's good. It's all good. I love it all. I love who I am, and I consider myself as an African-American woman. But I did order this t-shirt because I wanted to represent all of who I am. And this just captures my regions. But it says I am African, Asian, European. Says my DNA. I designed this through Teespring t-shirts, and ordered it, and It's mine. So I said, why not wear it for my video today? So there you go. I would like to say, if you have watched my last 2 videos, I was waiting on some really important results from DNA regarding my new sister that I've discovered through this whole ancestry process. Because when you also get surprises with your family, because they will give you DNA matches, and I did have some surprises. And if you watch my other videos, you'll hear about that. But today I just wanted to update you and let you guys know that I do have a half-sister, a new half-sister that I've discovered on Ancestry. I also have 2 other sisters that I love to death, and I just, I always have known my sister, so I love them. They're untouchable. But I do have a new sister, and I just wanted to say, since I brought it up before, we share 1,963 centimorgans and across 81 segments of DNA. So that kind of confirms our sisterhood. I have my maternal aunt on Ancestry, and we share 1,496 centimorgans across 61 segments. So this qualifies her as my half sister, and we are working on our relationship. Fingers are crossed, and hopefully we will get to the point where we can meet up and hang out and do things that sisters like to do, and we can just get to know each other more. So that's that. But I want to go back and let you know my experience throughout all of this. As I was waiting on my Ancestry DNA results, they tell you to work on your family tree. So I suggest to you, if you are waiting on your results, please do your tree. So many people want to know how you connect. Why not start a tree and connect it to your DNA so that when people get their results, they can try to figure out what part of the family you come from, or where they fit into your family, or both ways. So while I was doing that, I was talking out loud at work, and I mentioned Choctaw County because my mom's side of the family is from Choctaw County. Shout out to Choctaw. So my coworker was like, oh, I don't know what that was, but the lights just flashed. But anyway, my coworker was like, that may have been the ancestors, because they mess with the lights and stuff. So anyway, they're coming through. Hey, shout out to all the ancestors. But anyway, so I mentioned that, and my coworker was like, my mama's family's from Choctaw. I said, are you serious? I said, well, we come from some Jacksons and Ridgeways, Turners, So she said, okay. So next few days, I asked my aunt, I said, well, who are the Jacksons? What's the matriarch? What is the Jackson woman, And she says, Jane Jackson. I said, okay. So I'm going to look that up, figure that out on the Ancestry, look her up, see if I can find some census records. And so I go to work, and my coworker was like, oh, I talked to my mom, and she says our person was Jane Jackson. I said, well, girl, my aunt just told me the same name. So I go home, I'm working on my tree. Next day, I'm like, you won't believe this, but my great, 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 and her great, 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 it may be the opposite, but 4th grade, 3rd grade, whatnot, they were siblings from the 1800s. Can you believe it? So we have been working together in the same place, on the same floor for over 16 years. That must be Jane. She coming through. I said Jane was bringing us together, trying to bring us together. It just took us 16 years to figure it out. However, her great, 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 great grandfather is my great, 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 great little brother. And it's all on the census records. It is just absolutely amazing. Back from 1870 and 1880, we discovered her name. Her grandparents' name is there. Mine is too. So we descend from the same people. And as I looked on Ancestry, her aunt is on one of my relative connections and everything. So had it not been for me bringing up Choctaw County, we probably never would have discovered it, because I would never have known any of her aunt's names or whatnot. So that was kind of interesting. Also, when I did get my results from Ancestry, I had people on there that I did not know who they were. And that's kind of how I discovered new family and a whole new paternity that I didn't know about. And I'm going through that journey, as well. But I would say that I reached out to those people and they responded to me, and they have been open arms to me through this whole process. So I know on my other video I discussed not having any contact with my closer relatives, but my more extended or distant relatives that are second, third, fourth cousins, I have had the best connections with them. They have shared family history with me, things I did not know about, I never could have imagined, and it has been an experience that I can't even put into words to you. It's just like makes me feel like a whole person. The more and more I dig into this ancestry and learn about my history, it is just so fulfilling. So I will say that yes, I have had much success reaching out on Ancestry. Most people who do this test, they want to find relatives. So send an email, be nice, be cordial. Hi cousin, how are you? I see that we're connected. Can you help me figure out how we're connected? Offer who your third or fourth grandparents, or as far as you know, shout out some surnames to them to see if things are familiar, and they will get back in touch with you. And you never know those connections you make. I have some strong connections I've made through my new paternal side and through my my maternal side, but we were so disconnected because families just get torn apart, and we didn't know. But there's people I'm connecting with in Alabama, in the Choctaw part of the Jacksons, and it is awesome. I mean, we need to have a family reunion. That's one thing my family did lack, was family reunions. And I am hoping with this whole process that we can start getting some family reunions, or getting things together and maybe connecting. Maybe they're having family reunions and our little leaf of the family is not involved. So I am hoping that we can all connect and we can get together and see each other. One thing I will say, avenues like social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, phenomenal for connecting people. I am so glad to be alive in this age of time when we have all this technology and everything. It is absolutely wonderful. So thanks for coming back. Thanks for coming to my page, and I will be doing more videos about different things, and I hope you come back. Take care and have a great day. Bye.